Yes, people, welcome back to Let's Talk Premier League. It's 3 p.m, so you know what that means. It is Transfer Talk. I am just posting the link in now. My thing is being very, very slow today. So the link is in the chat. So as you always know, you come on, you have your say, all of that lovely, lovely stuff. But before we do all of that, please leave a like on the video and subscribe to the channel if you're on YouTube. If you're on Twitter, check out the link that is on the tweet underneath. Come join us on YouTube, like the video, subscribe to the channel. And if you are watching on Twitch, give us a follow if you're not already. But let's get straight into it, shall we? What on earth do we start with first? Let's start with Hazard, shall we? We'll start with Eden Hazard. Reports sort of confirming that Eden is very unhappy in Madrid. Wouldn't be the first player to go from a London club to Madrid and be unhappy, is it? Gareth Bale, if we remember, what was it? Golf, no, was it Golf Wales Madrid in that order? Or Wales Golf Madrid in that? Well, something like that. But Eden Hazard, very, very unhappy at Chelsea. Doesn't really want to be there anymore, apparently, which I'm sure I'm sure there's going to be suitors that will take Eden Hazard, but he wants to go back to Chelsea. Now, Chelsea's a weird one because they need a striker, they need a DM, and they need a centre-back. Can they even afford to bring in Eden Hazard this week or this year, this summer? Maybe it'll work under Tuchel, but we've got Aaron, who is a Manchester City fan, with some really bad playback. You've got some playback today, mate.
Oh, have I?
No, 1 minute. Yeah, you've got a bit of playback. Rejoin.
I'll use my laptop because I was using my laptop to edit, but I'll just use my laptop for this first of all.
Yeah, that might work because I've got a bit of playback there. But we've also got Daniel. Daniel is a City fan? No, Chelsea fan. That is you, isn't it? Yeah, you don't have a profile picture today, so
After the way we played against them, they don't deserve one.
You should put England. It's Euros now. But yeah, it's quite lucky you've actually joined us now because we're talking Eden Hazard to Chelsea. Now, the reports are that Eden Hazard is unhappy at Madrid. As I said, he isn't the first person to go from a London team to Madrid and be unhappy. But with Eden Hazard unhappy, he wants to go back to Chelsea. As I've just alluded to, you've got many sort of things you need to do before getting Eden Hazard. Do you see Thomas Tuchel bringing in Eden, or do you see him having to go somewhere else?
I think he's too far gone now because he's very close. He's like one serious injury away from retiring. So it's not the best decision to sign him back.
No, it wouldn't. Would you be unhappy if Chelsea normally, apart from Morata and others, normally do a decent transfer business? Are you concerned that Chelsea might try and bring back Eden Hazard, or do you see that Roman and Marina, even Tuchel, are going to be smart enough to avoid doing this, or are you genuinely concerned that they might do it?
I don't think they will do it.
Yeah, no, I do hear that. Aaron, what about you? Eden Hazard to Chelsea, as Dan alluded to, it's not great business if you're a Chelsea fan. But do you see Thomas Tuchel not being pressurized to do it?
No, I don't see this happening. I've heard from numerous verified sources that whoever reported this story was not true. Apparently Hazard will not be going back to Chelsea. It's very unlikely it'll happen. It's true that, Real Madrid are listening to offers for Hazard and Bale. In fact, there was a story coming out that Real Madrid are looking for offers for at least everyone in the squad. So Real Madrid really are on the brink. So do I think Hazard will go back to Chelsea? No. Do I think he'll go somewhere else? Yes. I think Hazard and Bale will probably leave Madrid this summer. And I think if it's not Chelsea, then I think it'll be somewhat. It won't be back to the Premier League. I don't think. If it was going to be anyone in the Premier League, it could be someone like, I don't know, like an Everton to play with James Rodriguez or something. Like, that's the only destination I could see Hazard going to, because I don't see any of the top 6, top 7 fighting for him. So I think Everton's the most realistic from the Premier League. Maybe he'll go back to Lille. That could be a destination. But bearing to say that they've won the League One title, so would they take him back and put him in a squad that's a title-winning squad and keep a title, even though French isn't the most competitive league in Europe at the minute? So we've proved that season with Lille, but usually it's not the most competitive, with PSG winning it every other year. So would Hazard be willing to go through that? I don't know.
Not with Pochettino at PSG.
No. It'll be with Lille, because Lille's obviously got a new manager coming in with the current Lille manager.
No. I mean, you mentioned obviously PSG always winning it. I went not a fucking Pochettino. They're not.
Lille's got a chance at back-to-back titles with Pochettino.
Biggest forward I know. But look, Eden Hazard, we'll get deeper into it, because we've got quite a few stories, and we do need to go through all of them. Liam saying, you and I will check my comments in the Dart stream, scheduled stream. I've added your name as a compliment for the thumbnail, and also put your channel link in there as well. Massively appreciated, Liam. Not a problem. I quite like making thumbnails. It's something I'm actually legit good at. Don't ask me to draw you a picture though, because if I draw a picture, I will be using stickmen and houses will look absolutely horrific. But when it comes to anything techie, having to be good on tech, as long as I don't have to draw it, all is good in the world. All is good in the world. But we have a comment from Mystic Wolf saying, James leaving MUFC, Tielemans going to MUFC. Is this legit now? Because I haven't heard anything about it from top sources, at least yet. This is where you need to dig deep. Dig deep. You need to really dig deep to get these stories. Look at local newspapers. So Leicester have a local sort of online news. Check them out. Manchester United Evening News or whatever. They're normally quite good. You really have to dig deep. You can't look at the Sun or the Mirror. Not that I would ever look at them, because they are trash. Maybe the Daily Mail. Maybe the Daily Mail might do an unracist story on a person of color moving clubs. You never know. But no, you have to. You have to legit look into it, and you have to dig deep and have a little gander. But there's a couple of stories around Old Trafford which it would make a lot of sense. So let's get into that. The first one, Dan James leaving Manchester United. Right. There's lots to this. Plenty. I only listen to Sky Sports and Fabrizio Romano. That might be the issue then. That legit might be your issue. You can find it all online now. Look deeper, look more local. Because these local reporters, they know more about the club than Sky Sports about United. So look local. Local papers do normally, they have a better insight, especially if you're looking at a Leicester. They'll know their club a lot more than a Sky Sports will ever know their club. But yeah, that is that. So Dan James leaving Manchester United, I see it as very plausible. I don't think anyone here can, apart from RJ, who seems to quite like him. God knows why. He's got the footballing ability of fucking. I don't even know. I don't think United have. Maybe Obertan. Maybe Obertan might be one to compare him to. Look, Dan James, is he good enough for the Premier League? Yeah, he is. Is he good enough for a top 4 team? Not a fucking chance. Not a fucking. In fact, I think even top 6 might be a bit pushing it. But saying that, there is a top 6 team actually looking at Daniel James. And that is a certain Leicester City Football Club. Leicester City are keen to add a bit of depth to their squad, which, I mean, judging from what we've seen for 2 seasons now, they could fucking well do with. Do I think Dan James would do a good job at Leicester? Yeah, I actually do. Dan James is a weird one. He's got lots of pace. You see the cross that he did yesterday. What a beautiful cross.
Yeah.
And then in the same game, you then see him chuck a one-on-one nearer the corner flag than the goal. So Dan James is so inconsistent and so mixed. Look, a lot of people claim that, I absolutely hate Dan James. I don't. I love him. I think he's brilliant. But let's be real. We have to be real. Dan James is not a top 4 player, not a chance. And I'm sorry, I'm going to call out Rick the Red now, right? Because I watched United stand yesterday. I watched him yesterday. He speaks so much fucking shit in my life, I actually can't understand it. Like, I never thought in my life I would meet someone more deluded than Gabby things on Twitter. Hey, presto, I found them. Rick the Red, Mata, Dan James, Ilanga, Ahmad, better than Greenwood, Rashford and Bruno. Are you taking the fucking piss?
Wait, what? You actually said that?
He legit said that. Check out the United stand. He did it at Flex.
I don't watch the United stand.
Trust me, watch this
Only
one.
because I'm a goal everyone else is.
Trust me, watch this one. Check out the United stand last night. He did it with Flex. Fuck my life. It was... I sat there in complete astonishment that someone that stupid was allowed a platform. Absolutely. I mean, he ought to go back to, selling fake tickets or whatever he used to do as a pass by. Which, don't forget, I did see that in the media as well. Yeah. Maybe go back to doing that, but I'm sure you'll do that in Gdansk. For me, shots are being fired. He's an idiot, a full-blown idiot. Don't look, Mata. Yes, he does keep the ball better than Bruno. Don't fucking get the goals or assists that Bruno fucking gets, does he? Could Bruno learn from Mata? Yeah, of course he could. It would work. Is Dan James better? Is Dan James better than Greenwood? Is he fuck? Is he fuck?
Greenwood light years ahead of Dan James.
Oh, they're not even comparable. Not even comparable. It says Dan James off the ball is better, which I can agree to a degree that he may be. He does track back. He's a bit useless at everything else. But in terms of footballing ability and technical abilities, nowhere near. Not even close. Exactly. And then I'm not even going to address that Ilanga better than Rashford because that's just ridiculous. Utterly ridiculous.
That was a good goal.
That is utterly ridiculous. But I will agree that Matic is better than McFred. Unfortunately for Matic, he hasn't got legs.
Yeah.
Right? So that is... I do agree with the Matic. And look, it's very
5 years younger. He would be...
United would be a force. United would be an utter force. But no, Rick the Red is an utter idiot, in my opinion. But we have got Herbert.
He's a special guy. He's a special character.
No, he's just a fucking idiot. But Herbert, you're a United fan. We're currently talking about Dan James to Leicester at the moment. What's your thoughts on that?
Dan James to Leicester.
Yeah.
Why will Leicester buy Dan James?
Bit of depth. Bit of depth.
I don't know. Dan James should be playing in Championship or some lower Premier League side. I think Leicester's too big for him.
I hear that, but Leicester. If we look at what Leicester have had the issues from the last couple of years, they've severely lacked squad depth, haven't they? So I could definitely see Leicester looking at a Dan James as not someone who's going to start every game for them, but someone who can come in every now and again, do a bit of business, then be taken back out of team. Leicester just need to add that to the squad, and Dan James is probably going to be a fairly cheap option of I would assume around £15 million.
Yeah, but I still feel that Leicester can get someone better. Dan James suits more of Leeds. I find him more suiting to Bielsa's system because at Leicester you at least need some form of technical ability to play into that team. So I don't know why they should be. They can get better players. They can go for someone like Leon Bailey just at a bigger price. But I have no thoughts on Dan James. I think he's rubbish. I mean, even I know he put a good cross in, but again, except for that, he's got no footballing IQ. He just runs around, and that's not someone you want to judge a player by. He has no footballing ability, and unfortunately, like if you see, like why if will Pep take him, will Klopp take him? So why should he should be in the B team of United, right?
Yeah.
So we do need someone better.
Yeah, you already have them. I mean, Amad Diallo for me yesterday was incredible. I mean, this kid has just moved to the Premier League in January. He's 18 years old and he's playing as a false nine against three really good not really good, but three decent centre backs, physical centre backs. You've got obviously Dendoncker from Belgium. You've got Connor Cody and the other one who I can't remember. The fact that Amad Diallo can do that at the age of 18 in the Premier League, mad.
Yep. I think Ahmed, I can see why United have spent like 40 million on him, because he just, I don't even know how many times he has played for us, but every time he has played, I could see something. He has that, stardust around him. He has that touch. He knows how to use his body. He has a very frail body, still hasn't filled out, just 18. So, but he has a very good touch about him. He knows how to, roll out defenders. And more importantly, he's a pacey player, but he's not relying on his pace. That just shows how good of a player he can be.
Yeah, and for me, you look at, he reminds me a bit of Mason Green when he first broke into the United squad in terms of his trickery. He's very good at sort of he's very good taking on defenders. He's got a very good low sense of gravity as well, so he ain't getting bullied off the ball.
No way.
But for me, he is heads and shoulders above Dan James, for I'm sure reasons that everyone can allude to. But Dan James to Leicester, again, it'll probably be for a bit of depth, and that makes sense. Especially if you look at Ilanga. I watched him against Wolves. I thought he did fairly well. Did he play against Leicester? Was it Ilanga? Yeah, it was Ilanga against Leicester. Thought he did a fairly good job there. You obviously got Shortai, who I think you need to put out on a season-long loan to a team that plays similar way to Manchester United. You've obviously got Ahmad, who you cannot give Ahmad a loan. That would be criminal. Absolutely criminal. Max saying coming on now, not a problem. The 21-22 season squad prediction: De Gea, Bissaka, Varane, Maguire, Shaw, Tielemans, Pogba, Bruno, Rashford, Cavani. Well,
that's a dream.
If that is the squad next season, you might as well just announce a title challenge.
No, I'm a little bit. I'm looking at all three of them, and I'm like, which one of them's going to hold? Tielemans ain't. Tielemans ain't holding. Paul Pogba definitely isn't going to be holding, and I can't imagine Bruno doing that. Look, I think if you sign Tielemans, FYI, Pogba's gone. If you do sign Tielemans, but that is the other story. Let's crack on with that one in a second. Ricky from United Stand would let Daniel James smash his wife whilst he well, he is watching with pleasure at this point. Rick the Red is a completely different. He's something else. He is more deluded than Gabby thinks for sure. Morecambe vs Newport League 2 final scheduled on my channel. I'm really looking forward to doing that. It will be a good one. It will absolutely be a good one.
What a second
Morecambe
leg.
and Newport.
I'm listening to this while I work. Well, you've just heard me rip the crap out of Rick the Red. I was wrong about Amad Diallo. I'm an idiot. He is amazing. Anyone could have told you that one, Wolf.
Which lads are quite good at players like that.
Lads. How are you all doing? Yeah, we're all doing fairly well. But Herbert, let's talk Tielemans, as you're a United fan and the other two are not United fans. Youri Tielemans, do you see him as someone that United could go for? I would assume it would be in replacement of Paul Pogba. Again, God knows where Donny fits in, because Donny is a baller and he just needs a DM. So firstly, out of 100, what are you rating the chances of Tielemans to Old Trafford? And secondly, do you think it'll be in replacement of Pogba?
I think out of 100, Youri Tielemans United for me is a 0. I can't see him leaving Leicester just after he's won an FA Cup with them and just missed out on top 4. They would want to keep their best player because you can't get that kind of replacement in the market. And even if Leicester can get, they are not going to spend 50, 60 million like we can. So chances are 0. And anyways, we don't need Youri Tielemans. We have too many players who can play box to box. We bought Bruno to play box to box. He played box to box at Sporting, but for us, he's playing at number 10. So I don't see that happening. I just want a central defensive midfielder. Even if we get a top class central defensive midfielder and a okay right winger, I'll be more than happy because I know Sancho is the a marquee signing, but I just want a CDM first. I don't want to see McTominay or Fred we going to the next season because if we are starting with both of them, I can't see us finishing even second.
Yeah, I can see McFred out. First, I don't see Ollie doing that. Ollie has been demanding a CDM since he fucking got there. He knows that he cannot continue if that's it. That pivot, Jesus, it's utterly horrific. Clearly, one of them at least will stay at the club as a backup, if not both. Would you like to see McFred debranded, one of them sold to Jupiter, as far away from Manchester as you can possibly get them? If so, which one would you like to go?
I'll straight away get rid of Scott McTominay. I don't see what he offers other than the box-to-box role. And as I said, that we have too many people of quality doing that role. With Fred, I have a love and hate kind of relationship because what he offers in the pitch, like he's small, tenacious. He has that Kante-esque sort of figure like that. But again, he's rubbish on the ball, so we don't need that. So he can be a bench player. Scott McTominay, I'll just loan him out or just sell him to Newcastle or something. I don't see us getting anywhere with that kind of quality. Mind you, we have to close the gap on City, and players like that are just holding us back. We do need way better quality than because on their bench they have players who walk into our first 11. So we can't be, debating should McTominay or Fred should be in our team. Both should be either loaned or sold.
Yeah. No, I hear what you're saying there. Liam saying the League 2 final get me lots of views, I reckon. Do you agree now? Yeah, I agree with that, mate. I do. Have you all discussed Tielemans to Chelsea? That looks like a done deal. Great news for us and Declan Rice to follow. I don't think you get both.
I didn't know Tielemans.
I think
typical Chelsea transfer window.
Yeah, I think you get Tielemans or Declan Rice. I can't see you getting both.
I think it was too small. I think Rice will stay at West Ham.
No, I don't. Rice definitely won't stay at West Ham. I think if he doesn't go to Chelsea, he may likely go to United. If they're smart. If United are smart, Chelsea. If United are smart, right, and they get rid of the deadwood, right. So let's say they get rid of Dan James, they get rid of Jesse Lingard, they get rid of Pogba because he doesn't want to sign a new deal. If they manage to find a retirement home for Phil Jones, they get Mata off the wage budget, they get Matic off the wage budget. I can 100% see United going for Declan Rice. It would make an awful lot of sense.
We make a lot of money on loans.
And I think
Daniel. The reason I've said that if you get Tielemans, who is also a defensive midfielder, you are not getting Rice. You're not getting both. That is absolutely fanatical. You're certainly not getting both of them, plus Harry Kane, plus an experienced centre-back. Never happening. I don't care how much money you make on giving kids to low league teams. You're not getting all of them. That would be in excess of about 350 million pounds. FYI, financial fair play will kick your ass.
And I think if West Ham sell Declan Rice, they will use those funds to buy Jesse Lingard as well as a couple of other players to help them.
Well, no, I think Jesse. I don't think they would have to buy Jesse Lingard. If United are smart, they put Jesse Lingard as a make weight. You knock off 30 million for that easily.
You could have put Lingard in the deal for Declan Rice.
What, 70 million for Lingard?
That's literally what I mean.
Right. Yeah.
That's literally what I mean as putting Lingard in with as make weight.
Right.
You
It's
put
70
him
million
in.
for Lingard because it was 100 million in total.
You can narrow that. You can narrow that straight down. I mean, I don't see him going for more than 80 million. I think 80 million is probably a fair deal. West Ham aren't going to negotiate too much. They'll try to, but if United are smart, and look, we'll really have to see how this sort of deal is structured. United could easily go for him if Chelsea were to sign Tielemans, because you're not getting both, that's for sure. I can't see Leicester selling Youri Tielemans for any less than 100 million. Guys, can we stop being ridiculous with transfer fees nowadays, please? 100 million?
I'd say about
Jesus Christ.
60.
Yeah. Can we stop exaggerating these fees?
Yeah,
I
but Leicester
mean,
put an extra 20 million on it usually.
I mean,
maximum Tielemans goes for 80. Maximum.
Yeah, yes.
I mean, we were thinking 100 million was madness a decade ago, and now people are throwing around 100 million like it's nothing. Jeez.
Harry Kane wants what? 150 million, or was it 150 million?
Yeah, something.
That's Levy's tactic to not sell him. But
Daniel Levy's just an absolute wanker. Holy shit! No, you weren't exaggerating. Ricky actually said Matter is better than Bruno. Jesus Christ! I wouldn't exaggerate. I wouldn't lie.
Don't
never
lie.
lie.
Yeah, just say. I've seen it like.
Declan Rice, including Tammy Abraham plus cash, not going to happen. Look,
No.
Chelsea fans, you're getting one of Tielemans or Declan Rice. You will not get both.
Sorry, we're very selfish. That's why you like.
No. It's unrealistic. I'm a neutral listening to my head going, you're not going to get two good CDMs plus a world-class striker and a world-class centre-back. Your financial fair play are going to bend you over and do you for that.
And I know it will be too many. It will not be Declan Rice.
Yeah. Financially, it makes more sense. Prime saying, Daniel, we're not going to spend stupid money on Rice when we have major holes in our squad. We can get a world-class striker along with Tielemans. I love Rice, but his price tag ain't needed. Did any of that make sense? There's a cap to how many words I can use. Yes, Prime. All of that made sense. Prime is actually echoing what I'm saying, right? Yeah. Basically, you need a world-class striker. That is absolutely evident. If you check out my streams, I've already put the title for a Chelsea stream up, which is we need a striker urgently. That is a clear. That is no. It just means Werner moving to the left. But look, for me, you need a striker. You also need a centre back to replace
Thiago Silva.
Replace Thiago Silva. So that's also a hole that needs filling with an actual peg, not a square peg. And Tielemans probably is a decent shout, which then means Declan Rice. Of course, he's a Chelsea fan. He would love to play for Chelsea. But at the end of the day, if Chelsea say, look, we're not going to be able to get Declan Rice, we're going for Tielemans. Declan Rice is like, well, I would like Champions League football. I'll go to Manchester United. That footballers do that. I mean, Luke Shaw is a Chelsea fan. Guess where he is? He's at Old Trafford. So exactly. Exactly. So and Sancho being a Chelsea fan, most likely going to United. So these players, they some quite easily actually. If you think about how much they're paid. They are quite easy to put away where they support or who they support as a kid in return for a lot of money, which is true. Well, Maguire went for 80 million and Tielemans is better than Maguire. Tielemans is the central midfielder. Harry Maguire is centre-back.
How's that even a comparison?
And also, Maguire wasn't sold in the midst of a coronavirus pandemic where financially... You can't ask for ridiculously.
Most importantly, Maguire is English.
Yeah,
and that you haven't included English tax onto my Maguire. God knows why we do it. Chelsea is crazy. Two different positions. Simply can't compare them. Sav saying, Ladimus, I agree. We won't get Declan Rice. Just being greedy. Tielemans more realistic in midfield. Agree now. We need a striker. 100%. But Leicester are known for overpricing their players. Yeah, not in the middle of a pandemic. Chelsea need a world-class striker as well as another creative inside forward, Sancho. I would agree, but I think Sancho to United is a pretty done deal.
What about Pedro
I think
Neto from Wolves?
he's injured. I think you
Oh,
need
yeah.
a striker and a centre-back as main priorities, with a central midfielder. Winger might have to wait till next year.
Move Werner to the right because he's better right. Because he's
Well, yeah,
right
Werner would move, wouldn't he? So with Woodward and Glazers handling our transfer budget and transfers, I actually have low expectations this transfer window. No, they're not. You've got a director of football
I think
now. You've got a director of football now.
Not
I mean,
exactly.
no, we haven't got a director of football. That's just same as Woodward. That's a motor guy. He's not a director of football.
No. I've actually
doing
looked
some-
at. I've actually looked into him. He's actually bloody very decent. He's one of the main reasons. He's one of the main reasons that you signed Hannibal. He's one of the main reasons that you went and got Ahmad. He's one of the main reasons why Greenwood was processed through the youth quite well. He's been, in fact, remarkable for United. I'm interested to see what he does. Look, it could be exactly the same, and you lot could be right, but it could be different.
I think about United summer, I am pretty much sure that we will sign Sancho. I think that's going to be a marquee signing. Then we'll sign a cheap centre back, be it Jules Koundé or someone like that, or even Ben White. Then we'll sign 2 non-first team players in Tom Heaton and Kevin Trippier. That's going to be it. And we'll sign that Sancho signing on the last week of the transfer window, and just before the release of the new kit. And till the next season starts, we'll milk off that single signing.
To be brutally honest with you, To be brutally honest, I hope it's on deadline day so that we get lots of views for our deadline day special. British tax, not English. What? No, it is English tax, Nippin. 100%.
I did say English.
Yeah. No, I know you did. Nippin is
British
in a comment. Mount is inconsistent. Pulisic is injury prone. Cherry's young and not ready yet. Werner works as striker. Havertz as false nine. Ziyech is overrated. Tammy is a bum. I don't agree with the Mount thing. I think Mount is only going to get better. I don't think you get another creator. You create plenty of chances. I just think you need a striker to start putting them away. Pedro Neto needs another season or two to prove himself. He's been good but not exceptional this season. I hear that, but Wolves have been absolutely horrific.
I think he has been. He has been exceptional if you watch Wolves, because they have missed Jimenez throughout the season. They sold Jota and Adama Traore. You don't know what we get, and they have young Fabio Silva, so he has been their one shining light.
And Alfie.
Adama Traore is just a juiced up Dan James. Hannibal is good. Want to see him break into main squad. I see him on the bench a bit more, but I don't see him breaking into the main squad. But he's a good one to watch for the future for sure. Welshonic should be sold. Neto is phenomenal. I hear that. I do hear that. So we've discussed Youri Tielemans, obviously unlikely to happen. But I thought I'd comment on it because it is being reported by local newspapers, something that we always do. But trust me, guys, I've got no inside sources at Manchester United. So we just go with what's being printed and said. Prime saying, yes, Mount will get better. However, I don't want to rely on him. I'm sick of only having one play to rely on. I hear that, Prime. I do. I just think financial fair play. A lot of people are like, well, we'll just go get this, this, and this. They're not really taking into account about financial fair play. Financial fair play obviously still being somewhat in use at the moment. So I don't think you get another creator, not yet anyway. But the one bit I want to talk about briefly is Nathaniel Phillips. Now, there's obviously one or two Liverpool fans with some really, really, really bad opinions about Nat Phillips. I make no comment. Their footballing opinions are horrific. But Nat Phillips has been given, and this is good. Do you know what? With the way that some have gassed him up, this has brought tears to my eyes. Jurgen Klopp's put a £10 million price tag on him, and he's willing to sell him quite quickly. So, Aaron, I'll go to you first. Some have been saying that Nat Phillips should go to the World Cup, to Euros, which is beyond a joke already. But Klopp wants to sell him for 10 million quid. Not an awfully high price tag for Nat Phillips. What do you make of this? I mean, it looks like Nat Phillips has played his last game in a Liverpool shirt, and someone may have to come out and apologise profusely for about 5 years.
Mate, I'm not gonna lie to you. I thought getting a Twitter DM from the former United player Brian McClath was beyond belief. I've got fucking Nathaniel Phillips' £10 million bid on the table, and I'm like, seriously, what is happening right now? Like, he's not worth £10 million because he's English. He's technically worth £2 million because English get paid more. So if Liverpool fans think about it, don't think of it as 10 million. Think of it as 2 million plus the added English bonus. So I think that, look, no, it's like Newcastle paying for Phil Jones. No twat is going to pay for Nathaniel Phillips for £10 million. No one's going to pay that amount of money. The best thing for Nathaniel Phillips is just stay at Liverpool and learn under the current centre-back system when Van Dijk returns, when Gomez returns, when Matip returns.
It's not up to him. Jurgen's already selling him. The boss wants him gone.
Mate.
Like that's the equivalent of if I was at a job, right, and my boss is like, I would like you to go, and I'm like, yeah, but I'm just gonna learn off these people. It don't work like that, and the boss wants him gone. Ridiculous. Utterly ridiculous.
Well, that's unfortunate.
I mean, it's not unfortunate. He's just not good enough. It's facts.
Who would pay him though? Would Newcastle pay 10 million? Phillips will pay for Jones. I think they'll probably go for Phillips over Jones. But
of course, I'm not saying they're not. I'm just saying that Liverpool don't want him, which I can understand.
Where would he go?
Desperately. Where would he go? Any team that finished 10th or below last season?
Well, it could go to Arsenal.
I don't think he'll go to Arsenal, but any team that Burnley, Brighton, Newcastle.
If Brentford go up, they could be a nice defensive option for Brentford.
No, I don't think Brentford. Newcastle, Swansea? Brighton, no. Newcastle, Brighton, Burnley will suit him down to a T.
Crystal Palace.
Palace, yeah, that's a good shout.
Depends on the new manager and how.
Well, yeah, the new manager might want to bring him in.
I don't even know the new manager's going to be yet. So.
He would have plenty of options, that's for sure.
Yeah, Palace a bit of an uncertainty because you don't know who's going to work.
Well, yeah, but anyone's an uncertainty there.
Yeah,
I'm saying I know we won't get Sancho. I'm not even saying I want him specifically. I'm just saying I'm annoyed with Chelsea. Unfortunately, can't be on stream, or I would explain this more properly. No, I hear what you're saying in terms of they haven't really done their business well in terms of creators. But you can sort of blame someone else for that. Lampard. That's who you can blame. But talking of a Liverpool fan that can give me 1 minute. South saying disagree on Mount being inconsistent, being our best player this season. Agree with Pulisic being injury prone, but I think he'll get better next season. Cho not given a run of games. Cho is a talent 100%. The guy will be a world-class player for us. I rate him very highly. See him go under Thomas Tuchel next season. English tax is a myth. English tax is not a myth, Nippin. Trust me.
It should be a myth, but it isn't.
Yeah, should be.
About Nat Phillips, I think it's not Klopp who wants to sell him, because I think he has to sell him because FSG have a model of sell to buy, so they have to raise funds to buy. I think that's the main important thing.
Well, yeah, but he is got to go, and he isn't good enough. So Klopp probably does want him to go. He's 24 years old. He was on loan at Bundesliga's second division last year. He's just not good enough. Big up to RJ in the chat as well. No, he's not good enough to start for Burnley. Well, no, Burnley would have to lose Tarkowski or me first, but Burnley would suit him down to a team maybe as a backup option to one of them. Brighton would be a good shout, possibly. If Brighton were to lose Ben White, then Brighton is a good shout. If Brentford go up, they could get him. Brentford have shit options at the moment. Yeah, that's a shout, I suppose. Tarkowski and Mia
They're led by Pontus Janssen, so maybe he could be a nice lazy third if Phillips to work.
Also, 735 subs off. Let's go, 100%. Let's do this. This summer is going to be a big summer for sure. But Velvishwan, you're a Liverpool fan who isn't as deluded as some. Nat Phillips, he is,
Sure.
Jurgen Klopp is warming up his boot to kick him out of the club. How do you feel about that first?
I feel like we need to sell him to get the money to come in.
Yeah.
This is our only opportunity to get like 20 to 25 mil off of him.
Unfortunately, Velvishwan, the fee that Klopp has put on his head is £10 million.
No, I mean, he's worth more than that. If we got 25 mil for Brewster, Phillips is worth more than that. Because
Sheffield United is stupid. That's why.
Brewster never
Yeah,
paid
but-
from him.
Yeah, but you can't when you're that is Niall's at the wheel. Niall is at the wheel, always at the wheel. Isn't Sonny getting a Nat Phillips shirt? Imagine he leaves. I will be in stitches. I'll be
Niall.
in tears. 1 minute.
Oh,
But no, yeah. We'll get into that in a second. But yeah, Vel, you can't look at transfers, previous transfers. It don't work like that. Individually, that's how you have to look at it. They play two different
Michael
positions.
Edwards could do something.
Michael, the more people you scam, the more people get on top of your scam. Trust me on this. So £10 million is the reported fee. Could probably go up to 15, I suppose. I think anything above 20 is a madness and won't happen. But I'm guessing, let's not discuss the fee because we're getting into semantics really about that because no one really truly knows what the fee is going to be. 10 million being reported, it could be more, it could be less. But Nat Phillips in general leaving Liverpool, what do you think of that?
I feel like it's time to move him on. I feel like he needs. I think he's too good to be fourth or fifth choice next season for us, and he's not the centre back that we're relying on to win a Premier League. So I feel like selling him to another team would be good. I feel like he starts for Burnley in my opinion because Ben-Mee's getting old now. I feel like Ben-Mee, he's difficult because he makes errors sometimes. Ben-Mee, I'm looking at there's many occasions where he makes errors. So I feel like
isn't he the captain though?
Yeah, he's the captain, but it's just like I feel like
He'll probably start every game then. He's captain, mate. That's like United going to buy Varane and then putting Maguire on the bench.
no, I feel like they'll find another captain like how Leicester did because like Wes Morgan was the captain of Leicester. And
Maybe, but I think Sean Dyche quite likes his defenders. To be fair, but Aaron, you had some apparently breaking news. With you, it's probably bullshit. But what is it?
Well, a couple of stories. In the last hour, Romano said that Mandzukic is leaving Milan as a free agent. And I know you do the Formula One stuff on the channel. The former British racing driver and ex-motorsport boss Max Mosley has passed away at the age of 81. So I just wanted to pass on my thoughts on.
That's a bit mad. Max Mosley was, I mean, condolences go out to his friends and family. But yeah, Max Mosley was, he was Bernie, sort of in the Bernie era. So that's F1 has lost a lot of fucking stars, sort of people like that recently. It's horrific, utterly horrific. But look, Nat Phillips does need to go. If he does go and Sonny orders that shirt before he goes, I will be laughing my head off. That is for
I don't know what's worse, doing that or Arsenal fans getting Jack Grealish on their shirt. I don't know which one's worse.
I mean, I hope no Arsenal fan has done that because that.
Yeah, an Arsenal fan has done that.
Okay, well they're an idiot. But let me guess, Gabby things.
With the number 10. No, it's not Gabby. He number 10 with Grealish in the back.
No, that's not him.
I thought it would be more of Gabby. But Lewis, what do you make of Nat Phillips leaving? I mean, it seems that Klopp doesn't want him anymore. What do you make of that?
Expected. He's not going to get used. But let's be honest, when Gomez and Van Dijk is back, and then obviously again Konate, and he's not even going to be in Klopp's fort. So it's 100% the right move because he's just not going to get played, and it's a waste of his career.
Yeah. I hear that.
And he may not be the best, but a high championship, low Premier League club is a perfect move for him.
Yeah. No, I agree with that. But Max, what about you? What do you make of Nat Phillips leaving Liverpool in the summer? Max is not there. Nope, Max is not there. So let's move on to the last bit of transfer news to discuss, and that is Martin Odegaard. Arteta, even though he is a forward, seems to think that he is the best manager in the world and every player wants to play under him. He also seems to think Arsenal are a good enough club.
World class.
Fuck off. Get
Mid-road world class.
Croydon De Bruyne my fucking ass. But I suppose, how nice is Croydon? I'm guessing Croydon's a bit shit.
No, Croydon's a nice place. I've been there.
He definitely shouldn't be Croydon. Shouldn't be the Croydon De Bruyne. Call him the Sunderland De Bruyne, because that is a shithole.
The Stoke De Bruyne.
Sunderland fans are a different breed of absolute. We're discussing that tonight. They are a bunch of morons. So if I could just extinct one club from like the depths of the earth, Sunderland is that club.
I had so many Sunderland fans bantering me saying they were going to go up and we were going to go into League Two. How do they fucking feel right now? They're pricks.
But we'll discuss that at 6:30. I no doubt. But Martin Odegaard, almost the level of Sunderland. To be fair, he's been pretty shit at Arsenal. I'm saying, Niall, I lived in Croydon last year. Croydon is better than this Mill Smith Row. If anyone would like an edit of Emile Smith Rowe in a Tottenham shirt, let me know. I have absolutely done that.
You already got what's
right now.
No, I've already done it. I met Emile Smith Rowe and actually put him in a Tottenham shirt. Trust me, it looks that realistic. But Martin Odegaard, the news is that Zinedine Zidane is going to leave Real Madrid. Which means Martin Odegaard might actually get played. So unlucky Arsenal fans.
That guy was never going to stay.
Martin Odegaard. We'll start with you, Aaron. Odegaard. Arteta seems confident he'll keep him. Arsenal fans seem confident that they still think they're a relevant club. But Martin Odegaard, do you see him staying at Real Madrid? I don't see Real Madrid wanting him to go somehow.
Well, the thing is with Real Madrid, and I said it earlier in the stream, there's reports coming out that every single
one of their player they will at least listen to offers for, which shows how financially unstable they are. But do I see Odegaard staying at Real Madrid? No. Do I see him going back to Arsenal? Do I fuck? Odegaard going back to Arsenal is like me saying I'm going to go and train to become a vicar. I'm not fucking being a vicar. Arsenal need a fucking prayer right now, not me. But Odegaard is not. Odegaard's better than Arsenal. He should be playing in a better squad than Arsenal. But I don't think that
100%.
He used to be playing in at least the Europa League, not outside of Europe. So
he playing Champions League.
He had Emile Smith Rowe over him in the Arsenal team.
Exactly.
If that doesn't just show how dumb Arteta is, I give up.
I'd like to see Odegaard crack the Bundesliga or the Dutch league or something like that.
He has played in the Dutch league. Here's the thing with Odegaard.
Oh yeah, Henriven, I think his name was.
He did play in the Dutch league and he absolutely ripped it to shreds.
But maybe the Bundesliga, maybe somewhere like probably not a Dortmund, but somewhere like maybe
why not Dortmund?
Well, maybe Dortmund, but maybe Leverkusen or
not Leverkusen. They have a young guy.
Champions League football.
Wolfsburg's in Champions League. They could have a shot.
Nah, I feel like
Aaron's just hearing names and jumping on the bandwagon, going, yeah. Odegaard to Doncaster, Aaron? Odegaard to Doncaster?
No,
to Liverpool, Odegaard.
Odegaard to
Make
Liverpool?
me some.
Union Berlin's in Europe now.
No.
Huh?
We have no. I don't want Odegaard near Karius. I don't want Odegaard near Karius.
Right. Velvish one, talk to me about Odegaard. Where do you see him going in the summer? Certainly won't be Arsenal, I don't think. Nippin saying Gabby is delusional. Oh, duh. If you didn't tell that from the tweets just now.
He said Callum Chambers in the squad. That's when you know something's not right.
Yeah, he put Callum Chambers in his Euro squad and it upset me mentally and physically.
Chambers doesn't deserve to be in the Euro squad, but he is the best out of Cedric and Bellerin and him in that Arsenal squad.
Cedric,
I frankly couldn't give less of a shit if he was better than Minan.
okay.
We're talking about the England squad. FYI, Minan is level above Callum Chambers, and she's 6 feet under. But Velvish one, we're talking Odegaard. Where do you see him being in 2-3 months' time? Which do you think he'll be in the Premier League to start with? I mean, you lot were interested in him at one point, weren't you?
I wanted Odegaard because I'm a big fan of Odegaard. I feel like he's a very, very talented football player. I like what he does with the ball, how he does things quickly. Doesn't suit Arsenal at all because you got slow party. He doesn't know what to do. Probably think about the music video in his head. You got Xhaka, who's it's just Xhaka, and the Ceballos is Ceballos. Ceballos. He's just, I don't know what he does. Yeah, I feel like Arteta's mismanaged him so much. I don't know what he's done.
He has.
Yeah. Like payment, like he's just
as much as I love destroying and breaking Arsenal apart bit by bit, which I do on Twitter most days, and you Tottenham fans. Basically, North London is just a shithole. But where do you see Odegaard being in 3 months' time? Because you never answered that question. You sort of went, I'd really like him, and then started dismantling Arsenal's midfield, which was totally uncalled for. That's my job and Prime's job. When you got me and Prime attacking them, not all of you can jump on the bandwagon. There's something called too much.
I think he will go. I think he'll stay in the Premier League in 3 years' time. Whether it's be Liverpool because I want him, or it could be a City because I feel like he could suit City a lot because of the fast play.
They got De Bruyne.
Not like in 3 years' time. De Bruyne
Right.
Yeah,
I think
you're saying he'll be back in the Premier League in 3 years' time.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So where's he going to be in 3? I asked in 3 months, not 3 years. Where's he going to be in 3
months?
Jesus, Velvishwan. Go to Specsavers and they do this thing called a hearing aid test. Go get one.
3 months he'll be back to Real Madrid because I don't want him to stay at Arsenal. Arteta is going to ruin his career.
But this is true. What about you, Herbert? What I was about to call you a rival, but you're not even a rival of Arsenal anymore. You're far too big. Where do you see Odegaard being in 3 months' time?
I think he'll be back at Madrid, finding another club because I don't think Madrid want them. And Arsenal, as usual, he's just a Danny Ceballos incident. Arsenal fan gets hyped up. You know, he has two or three good games. He's on a very high wages. And then they see him like he's the next Dennis Bergkamp or something. And then he disappoints. Then he goes back to their parent club. So that's what's going to happen. I don't see him being at either Arsenal or at Madrid.
No, I hear that. Lanzi saying Moyes is getting a 75 million budget. That would suggest to me that Declan Rice is being sold. That is what I Lanzi, watch his space because I think Declan Rice might be getting sold then.
If Declan Rice is not sold and he's got a £75 million budget, fucking hell, West Ham's going to go for top 4 again next season.
Well, Lanzi says we're actually winning the league. Lanzi's gone from first. Lanzi's gone from first to 19th gear.
I mean,
he's
either
absolutely smashing. He's flying up the league.
either David Gold, David Sullivan, and Karen Brady's woken up and actually realised they're in a football club and actually care about something,
Or they've
there's
put an extra 3 zeros on the budget by accident.
I was going to say either that or they've got a secret takeover going on, so they get owners to put the money in for Moyes because they know they're going to take over the club starting next season. Something like that.
I doubt it. That's actually mad. That's before
Moyes is bigger than Arsenal.
It looks like Lansky and West Ham have just cemented themselves into the top 6. Goodbye, Tottenham. We already lost Arsenal out of it a couple of seasons ago. Now we've lost Tottenham. Oh, fuck me. That is a shame.
North London's gone down the shit.
They've got a big transfer budget, is that what you're saying?
Yeah, £75 million.
Oh.
Ain't bad for them. Ain't bad for West Ham. Let's talk about West Ham's transfer budget to end. Why not? Odegaard is not staying at Arsenal, and their fans are deluded. But let's talk West Ham, shall we? Let's talk about their transfer budget. Lewis, what do you make of £75 million transfer budget for West Ham United?
Think about it.
Hi guys, I just wanted to come on. Lanzi forgot to put Europa in front of League on his message. So I just represent Lanzi. He's not falling off. He's not drinking. He just forgot to put Europa.
West Ham are bigger than Chelsea.
To be fair, Leicester have won the league before. Could it actually happen? Right, that would be fairly amusing.
West Ham are bigger than Liverpool.
It would be a kick in the face of Fiorentina Perez.
Oh my god! That would be 2 London teams bigger than both Arsenal and Tottenham.
But Niall, the issue is it would be like another small team winning the league, like Leicester, like Liverpool. So it would be like a third small team winning the Premier League. So
you are small.
It would be a real kick in the face for Fiorentina Perez.
If you mention Super League, I'm going to kick you right away because that's.
I don't agree with it, but it'd be a kick in the face.
No. I'm going to kick you if you mention. There's like 2 banned words. One is super and the other is league. When you put them together, you're banned.
Can we mention it in terms of Can we mention it in terms of the game rugby league? Because that is called.
Well, sure, but we don't really cover rugby league on here. I don't know how much of the content. I don't know how much of your content you've checked out on here, but we seem to do Premier League, Plymouth Argyle, and Formula One. I haven't quite done rugby yet.
Let's talk rugby league.
Yeah, there is one now. You got
you deleted the wrong one.
The Women's Super League.
I said it. Aaron did it.
You actually got
unbelievable.
You actually got a Super League, and it's the women's one.
Well, I don't cover them yet either. And if you want to watch stuff about the women, check out Charles Strong TV. Mm-hmm. She does watch-alongs for Chelsea women. Obviously, Emma Hayes is the best manager other than Ryan Lowe.
She's better than Klopp.
She is better than Klopp. Miles ahead of Klopp. Klopp is overrated. Vel's one. Vel, do you agree that Klopp is the most overrated manager in the Premier League?
No.
Why?
No.
He's got the best teeth. He's got the best teeth. So.
There's no why.
His breath smells nice.
Whoa.
Fuck
Vel, you're getting creepier, man. You're getting creepier.
Yeah, hell.
Oh, do you know what? I'm so glad. Do you know what? I'm glad I don't cover Tottenham Hotspur Football Club. I know Terry and the Terrace do, so they're gonna have to cover the Conference League. Enjoy that, boys. Enjoy that hugely. Your Thursday nights, mate. Your Thursday nights, Terry, may never be the same again.
No, it's not even Thursday night. I think it's like 5 o'clock in the afternoon.
Okay, your Thursday afternoons are never going to be the same again, or your Thursday evenings. God. Emma Hayes is the female Sir Alex. Wow. I mean, that is a big claim. But I hear it. She is on a different level. She is incredible. She'll be in the men's game Mark my words, she will be in the men's game at some point in the near
100%.
future. She is better than Klopp.
She will win. She will win the men's Champions League at some point in her career.
Something Doncaster Rovers will never do.
No.
A Velvish one. Why are you saying no?
I was laughing.
Oh,
That's
a weird laugh, mate.
He's going, ha, 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 ha.
That's a weird laugh, mate.
He goes, no. That's his laughter. No.
Oh.
He's laughing.
No.
That's almost as weird as you being in Andrew's house all the time
I'm in his
and at
house.
his work. Huh?
I'm at his house.
Well, you're always at his house. It's no different. Prime
I'm in the
saying, no, I
ceiling,
barely even
Andrew.
watch Europa
I'm
League
in the
semi-finals. Do you think I'll actually watch Conference League? Well, no, I don't think you will watch Conference League, mainly on the basis of you're not in the Conference League.
I'm behind you.
It's that bad. Spurs fans think about Ollie.
Yeah. Look, Spurs are probably going to be inaugural winners of it if they don't bottle it in the quarter.
Jose Mourinho,
They're going to bowl that and all.
Roma's in it, so Jose Mourinho is going to be the first one to win it. Add it to his CV.
Wait, who's in the
Oh
Conference
god!
League?
Oh, Jose back at Tottenham ripping them to shreds. Oh, that. Do you know what? I don't rate Jose as much of a manager anymore, but I would pay to watch that. Absolutely pay to watch that.
I think he's finished 6th in the French league. I think it's 1, 2, and 3. He's in the French league. It's 1, 2, and 3 get Champions League. 4 and 5 get Europa League. And I think 6 is Conference League. I think.
Yes, I think so. God knows. But Andrew, we'll end on you, and we'll talk about the news story that. Well, firstly, you commented on Sonny's tweet yesterday or today. What do you make of the news that Nat Phillips has got a £10 million price tag on his head now?
10 million?
Yeah, Jurgen Klopp's put a £10 million price tag on his head.
Wow.
Klopp is warming up his leg, ready to boot him.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So why would he? So he's planning to sell him then? He's putting already a price tag.
He never rated him in the first place.
He never rated him. Right,
and Sonny's planning on getting a Liverpool shirt with Phillips on the back.
I think Klopp put him in there because he had no other choice in the end. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like there were no other choice.
He'll have that goal he scored.
Because everyone sort of remember, everyone thinks he's like 18 or 19. He's like 24 years old.
Yeah, he's
you know what I mean? It's like.
I think he's like a Championship League One player usually. I think he's bottom half Premier League level at the moment. But he was Championship League One level.
Oh yeah. Can you have a? He's done well. Have a look at your footballing opinions and just have a little check on them because they're a bit bad. So I'm going to start saying that your centre backs are Conference South level or North, wherever the fuck Doncaster is in the world.
10 million. Is that all he rates him? Is that with English tax on it?
Yeah, mate. Yeah.
Only 10. Jesus.
Yeah.
I thought he'd at least get 15 or something.
Yeah, Klopp doesn't rate him.
He doesn't rate him. So
if he won't rate him,
what's going to happen? Is Sonny going to be all right if Liverpool sell him this summer? Because he's been like...
He won't be a Liverpool fan anymore.
Here's the thing, I wanted to keep Nat Phillips.
This channel seems obsessed with Nat bloody Phillips. Look, I'm just reporting in the news what we see, and the fact that some of your fans call him better than Harry Maguire, that's probably why there's a lot of dislike to Nat Phillips already.
This is why I wanted to sell him. Sorry, made me hate Nat Phillips.
If you'd like to speak to the person who is the reason for all of this, go speak to LFC Sonny. And have a chat with that dodgy man because he's got some dodgy opinions with him.
10 million. I mean that signals to me he's ready to sell him if he's putting a price tag on him already.
No,
and 10 million as well. Wow, jeez. He rates him very highly then if it's only at 10 million.
We've got
what confidence you've given him, Klopp. What confidence you've given him. 10 million. Wow. Yeah. Okay.
No, I hear that. But Andrew, I want to quickly talk to you about Eden Hazard. Cool. Right, Andrew, I want to quickly talk to you about Eden Hazard before we finish with 1 minute. Nip in 1 minute. I would like to try and finish this scene this stream before the Euro ends. But Andrew, I want to quickly, Aaron, shut up. I want to talk to you, Andrew, about Eden Hazard to Chelsea. Hazard, very unhappy being at Madrid, not first player to go from London to Madrid that's unhappy.
Yeah.
What do you make of this? Do you think that Chelsea should get Hazard, or do you think, look, we're doing it, we're finished?
I listen. I love Hazard as much as any other Chelsea fan naturally should. I think his time's come and gone. I think he's going on 30 now. I know that's not old to me, but he's had a lot of injuries over the last 2 years. Even though I really rate our medical team, everything like that, I think it's one of the best in the league. I just don't think we should be trudging up the past. And it never really goes well. I know Bale's had a good last 10, 15 games, but I don't think you should really ever go back. You know what I mean? I mean, you couldn't end up ruining part of what you've already left there, and he left on great terms.
No, check your Twitter.
Do you know what I mean? So I wouldn't take him back. I think it's the Real Madrid press. The Real Madrid want him out. I think Real Madrid want him out, but I wouldn't take him back. I wouldn't take him back.
Just for all Tottenham fans.
Wow.
Hello, Bukayo Saka.
Hey, can I say a few words?
Yeah. What do you want to say, Nippin? What do you want to say?
I hear a lot of it's happened again. It's happened again. St. Totteringham's Day is cancelled again.
Nice. I
Don't think that left.
I do hear that. Prime saying, Egder saying, 1 minute. Egder saying only dumb scousers would say that. Lol.
Yeah, thanks, mate.
It is scousers.
Prime saying, wait. 10 million with English tax. Nat Phillips must be Doncaster level then. 10 million.
10 million.
Klopp nods and like.
I'd rather have Aaron play centre back for Chelsea's. 1 minute. I'd rather have Aaron play centre back for Chelsea's under-16s team. Send that Saka pic to me. Nippin, not Nippin. Velv, you know what to do. Also, can I be on the next Chelsea show? You can. We are doing our end of season awards plus the final week of the quiz. So absolutely fine. We'll be there.
Please, Niall.
Yes, maybe. Yes, probably. God knows what I'm doing. That's on Friday. I've got about 13 or 14, possibly. 1 minute. I've got possibly about 16 different streams before that one. So that one's right at the back of the list. That's Friday. I may or may not have it like a Europa League final to sort of work around in the middle of that. And among other things. Huh?
You have so many Chelsea fans to have on now. On Friday.
But Nippin, what do you firstly talk to me about Eden Hazard? What's your thoughts on Hazard? Do you want him at Chelsea or do you think he should go?
I wouldn't mind him coming back, honestly. Come home, Eden. I wouldn't mind him coming back. I mean, when he's fit, he can spearhead our attack.
Yeah. No, I do hear that. But look, we're slow. Well, we're gonna wrap it up. I'm gonna find where you can find all of these people. But before you do that, make sure you check out the first 11 at 6:30 when I'm gonna bully Aaron for about an hour and a half, potentially. Probably chat some. I'm going to chat some shit about Sunderland. I'm going to chat some shit about Exeter. I'm going to chat some shit about Doncaster. I'm going to call James Coppinger and I'm going to bully Doncaster fans because they come for me. Which is always fun and enjoyable. But check out our socials at Let's Talk EPL on Twitter, Let's Talk EPL _ on Instagram, and Let's Talk Premier League on TikTok. And also join our Discord server in the description. But before you do go, Daniel, where can they find you?
You can find me on Twitter at DanielMTG, and you can find me on here whenever Niall needs me.
Wonderful. And what about you, Lewis? Where can they find you?
You can find me on YouTube at Play Sports. You can find me at Instagram at Lewis. You can find me on Twitter at Lewis160.
Perfect. And Velv, where can they find you?
You can find me at Surface House at 4:30 in his bathroom, taking massive dumps in the bathroom. I think Sophie won't mind it.
Good Lord, man.
Getting creepier.
And you can find me at Aaron's house later at 6:30 as well.
What are you eating? Jesus Christ.
And where can they find you on socials, Velv? Which one?
You can find me on Twitter.
Where did she find you?
You can find me on Twitter and Instagram at VEL_skills.
Perfect. And Andrew, where can they find you, bro?
This channel, Chelsea Reaction Show, Chelsea Show, Charlotte Channel, Charlotte Strong Channel, got different shows over there. Bits and Bob's channel, Tuesdays at 7. Corner Cobburn. Go to Winter Surfer, that will have links to on Twitter. We'll have links to my Nexus channel with Willem Prime and Kate No Filter Football, which I'm on.
Perfect. And Nippon, where can they find you?
On Twitter at the Nippon Sharma. On Instagram on with my name with 4 I's and 3 U's.
Nice.
Everything else is just NPN. And and you can also find me on my YouTube channel.
Yeah.
Just Nippon Sharma. That's just my name.
Perfect, mate. And Aaron, where can they find your dodgy opinions?
On Twitter at Aaron_Challoner, Pro Football DRFC on YouTube as well. There's some big stuff coming up for the next season. You can also find me on other shows as well. I had a quick little cameo on KG's channel, KG from the United Stand after the Wolves game. You can find me on the Football Terrace, find me on here, find me on any football channel really, a Gals channel, find me on any football channel, and yeah, let's Riverside die.
Hector saying, guys, you can find me in next season's Champions League. You'll never walk alone. And Prime saying, I want to debate Aaron.
No.
Prime. That is literally that is like putting a goldfish in the ocean and a shark attacking it. I.e., Prime, you being the shark and I'm being the goldfish.
Goldfish.
Oh. See, I back Aaron.
What, against Prime? Andrew, come.
Against Prime.
Oh yeah, Andrew. Yeah.
He disarmed me with his charm. That's what he do.
Yeah. I don't think.
I'll never go against Prime.
I don't think Aaron would last 2 seconds in a debate with Prime.
It's debatable. It's debatable against Prime, but I think if you put me against Arsenal fans, it'll be a clean washout because I've slipped into more DMs than Arsenal.
Aaron, let me make it perfectly clear. Let me make it very clear. When I debate you, it's like a walk in the park. For me, that is. Right now, Prime is better at debating than I am, so he will just absolutely smash through you. And Prime saying, "Niall, I want an easy win. Allow me."
Also, that irrelevant. They can't get Conference League.
So Prime's liking it. Oh, he wants an easy win. Allow him. I back Aaron, Andrew. I heard that, and you're on my list now.
Two things. You heard that. You heard that because I said it. You heard it because I said it out loud. Yeah, I said it out loud. I back
RJ for this.
Second of all, I'm going to coach Aaron. Okay, I'm going to tell him some weaknesses of yours. All right, to just put you off, Prime. Right, I know you.
Just make sure that Prime isn't. Well, make sure Prime doesn't have the login for that channel stream yet.
Oh yeah.
Just purely on the basis because Prime will just kick Aaron out. It will just remove him from the stream.
Neutral ground.
Yeah, it will just remove him from the stream.
Yeah.
It's dictator sometimes, but Prime's a
massive
great
dick Tater.
And Andrew really wants to get. Prime says, actually, forget Aaron. I want to debate Andrew.
God's never concerned himself with ants, Prime. Okay, I'll just say.
So far, got your back,
He's back down.
Prime has 0 weaknesses.
That's a weakness.
Niall, we can debate on this channel. Yeah, if you. Oh my god! If you and Andrew come up with a topic and want to debate, I'll let you just debate on this channel. I'll put myself in the back room. It'll be a lot easier. I do have a massive dictator. Andrew just walked straight into that.
Hopefully not.
Well, yeah, hopefully not. But look, we are going to end it there. That is an interesting ending to Transfer Talk. I don't think we've ever had it ended like that. Tonight, 8:30, we'll be here for the weekly review show where we'll be reviewing the season. Where we'll be reviewing the season, giving out our end of season awards: Player of the Season, Young Player of the Season, Flop of the Season, Manager of the Season. We'll also be creating our best 11 from a season, and we will be we'll be picking our flop of the season in terms of the team flop.
Whole
team of flops. I.e. Obama, most of which will probably come from Arsenal and Tottenham. Andrew, I want to step on an ant today. Andrew being the ant-ing topic. I love you, Ant-Man.
Andrew will win the debate. Andrew will win.
I want to debate Jose Mourinho. Crikey. Ant-Man beat Thomas, so I'll take that as a compliment. This has turned into a madness.
It's turned into farce.
Utter madness.
It's turned into a farce.
Utter madness. Flop of the season equals Banter FC. Yes, that's a good name. I'm nicking it. We'll be creating Banter FC tonight.
Yeah.
Wow.
Is Arteta going to be the manager then?
Huh?
Is Arteta going to be the manager then?
Of course. Who else is
be in it? Thomas Partey.
I hear that. I hear that. We'll be discussing that.
Yeah,
we'll be discussing that later with the panel that I've assembled. It's one heck of a panel. I've got a mix of the old guard, you know, the ones that we're from the start, and then we've also chucked in some of the new lot that we've got. So that will be a excellent stream for sure. But we are going to end it there. It's not an open stream, this one, because we've got a full panel, and it's a mad one. It's going to be a mad one. But be in the comments to put your inputs in. As you always know, all comments do get read out and will be considered. Is Doncaster flop of the season? Absolutely.
No.
Spurs names equals trophyless FC. Ouch. Now check DMs.
Who's in a Chelsea?
Oh god.
Nipping. Oh.
No, I'm on there.
Velvet Swan, who have you put in a Chelsea kit?
Oh, Phil Jones.
Oh, for God's sake. That'd be the last person we put on the transfer.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
That'd be the last person.
No.
Wow.
You got your own Phil Jones and Curtis Jones, all right? So just worry about that.
I thought it's Nat Phillips. That's why they're selling him.
Prime. I don't think I'm able to unsee that. That's mad.
Well, what did he do?
Guys, go check out Gabby Thing's latest tweet. He's put out his team for next year.
It'd be logical right now with realistic.
No, it'd be Messi, Ronaldo.
Yeah. It's actually not as bad as I first pictured, but still a bit dodgy. I don't see them getting many goals.
Arsenal squad for next season.
Yeah, I mean it's a bit dodgy, but look, I mean Max Aaron's potentially. Basuma, I just don't see. I don't see that as a possibility. He's not what they need. Awar,
I was attainable. was attainable.
30 million euros.
I mean, to be fair, Prime.
Where's the
That's actually one of his more realistic ones.
Yeah, I was expecting like Grealish or in that
Prime.
Where's Aubameyang as well?
Prime. I actually think you should. I think you should reply saying "well done." That's actually fairly sensible.
You know what? We know Gabby, and that is very logical from Gabby.
From Gabby, that's the most logical squad we'll ever see in the history of Twitter.
Can we give Gabby Player of the Season award just for that starting the
maybe when I said that maybe when I said that Rick the Red was more deluded to Gabby,
really shocked him. I think you shocked him.
Yeah, maybe it just shocked him into sense. Kenny saying hello. Have you got the link, or is this just a normal panel?
Ty or Gabby?
Well, Kenny, I'm trying to end it at some point, but we keep talking. Have you got the link? Oh yeah, I've just read that one out. Kenny will be on later tonight anyway. Gabby Things is a massive contributor for Tweets of the Week. Yes, he is. I can imagine.
But I don't think that one. That one's quite sensible.
Yeah,
that's quite reasonable. Yeah.
Yeah, I hear that. I do hear that. But look, we're gonna wrap it up there. Yeah, Liam, I'll do that now actually before we go. That seems legit. Liam is always watching the stuff and is a very good contributor. So yeah, Liam, I'll do that. I need mods on. Me. Yeah, me. No.
Nope.
I've already said you and Prime are not allowed to mod on the. Well, Prime and Valve are not allowed to mod on this channel because they'll just keep removing each other, and that's just a complete madness.
They're both mods. They're both mods. I can't remove each other.
Yeah, but maybe. So Liam is now a mod. A Liverpool fan just called me a long time to rattle these heads. Oh yeah.
I'm going to United fans in a bit, so let me just finish this.
I've got the week off because COVID is spreading around my area quick, so I'll have more free time. That's perfect. We got a Europa League final to talk about, haven't we? Great stream as always, guys. Andrew, big up to everyone. We are going to end it there. I'm just going to press end broadcast. Just because I'll be here till 9 and until the World Cup 2020. I'm about to be on my deathbed at this rate. I'm about to turn 95 at the time this ends. Big thanks to everyone watching.
Let the stream run.
We'll be back at 8:30, but